welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be about my first steps when getting my dentures. A few people asked me about it, but first I want to state I am outside. It's a beautiful day outside and my kids are upstairs doing their thing and being crazy, so this is probably the least amount of noise, but you're going to hear traffic, and sorry, it's just easier doing it this way. Starting into my denture journey, as you guys, I told you before, I had a massive infection because of an autoimmune suppressant. And because my whole top of my mouth went in, I had to get all my top out, which totally sucks because my teeth went from being awesome to now being crappy in just a few months. So I was told by my doctor I can never go back on an autoimmune suppressant because my body does not react well to it, and they're actually looking into seeing what else it could be going on. But leading up to the day of getting my teeth taken out, it's full of anxiety. You're not alone, because I was so nervous. I actually took like a 0.5 milligram of Valium to calm me down, which I'm very sarcastic. I joke around a lot, so I wasn't like uptight or freaking out or crying. I just wanted it done and over with. I wanted this to be my end of my chapter, start a new one. Yeah, I was going to be insecure because now my looks and everything has changed, and I know that affects everyone. And having, some people think, should I just kept my bad teeth because I can eat better, and having a device in my mouth, but you will find a good spot for you. When you're in your healing time, you have to be patient. Patiency, gotta be patient. Because if you go into it rushing it and be like, oh, I'm going to eat tomorrow and doing all that, you want to start off with a soft diet, like mashed potatoes. That was my go-to. I mean, there's pudding, there's all that. It really depends on if you got immediate denture, like I did, or you just went YOLO and just no denture, just healing it out for a couple months to see, and then get your denture, which sometimes it's a good thing because getting extractions and a denture on top is excruciating sometimes. For me it was. In the beginning, the first few days was rough. But see, I had Novocaine, and Novocaine didn't work for me. I mean, it did for the back, but because the infection was so horrible in the front, I pretty much had to do the extractions without anything, because my dentist does not do knocking anyone out or anything like that. He just does Novocaine, and which is fine because I love my dentist and I don't trust anyone else. It's hard to find a good dentist to begin with, and he's very compassionate. So I just put my music in, and when we figured out Novocaine wasn't working, he goes, what do you want to do? And I was like, well, I want it out. He's like, all right, just hold on to my arm, we're going to get this out as fast as possible. And it was. Granted, there was a lot of bleeding. There was a lot of bleeding. It was oozing over everywhere, and he was trying to stop the bleeding before he put my denture in and before the swelling started. So once he placed my denture in, there was certain spots he had to adjust. But the first week is a messy week, and I say that because people glorify getting dentures. Oh, it's not that bad, you're good, whatever. For some people, sure, it might be a walk in the park, but for the rest of us, it's not. The glory and the gory details is that you can get biofilm. Biofilm takes the bad that's in your gums. It's like a slimy substance. You're not weird. It happens to all of us. It's part of the healing process. Salt, warm water, do that a few times a day. I kept my immediate denture in all the time, even at night, for 7 days straight. Because once you take them out and you leave them out for a while, they might not go back in. And my immediate denture was snug to begin with. And putting them in and out, I'm not kidding, I would try not to cry and tear up and slowly take them out. Because they were super tight and they hurt really bad, especially up here and here. Now, I didn't do many adjustments because as your gums shrink, you will have more space, the pain will go away. The more adjustments that you do, your denture will lose suction and your denture will be too big and it will not fit, and it's going to be really hard for you to use your immediate denture until you get your permanent ones. I only did adjustments literally right here because the more you heal, the more the denture goes up. So that is, you have to do that. And right here in my cheekbone, because it was embedded and hurt so bad. So he adjusted here and he adjusted here. I maybe had about 2 or 3 adjustments through this whole process. because the denture gets big. It's part of it. I mean, the first week or two are hell. It's going to be exhausting. It is. Sleep elevated, sitting up. It helps heal the gums. It doesn't put pressure where you're going to feel pressure in your gums when you're laying down. It helps stop the blood flow of you just bleeding more. If you elevate yourself, it is known to help the healing process when you get it. It even says for if you get one tooth taken out, elevate your head for a few days. So for the first week, sort of sleep sitting up. Yes, it's uncomfortable. I'm used to it though, because I have to sleep sort of sitting up because of my esophagus. But just know that it is a rough process. You're going to get bone spurs. Bone spurs, you'll see little bone fragments coming out. Don't freak out thinking the dentist messed up. When teeth get pulled, sometimes things get left behind because you can't get it all out. Or sometimes the jaw sheds, kind of. And it's just pieces that have to level in and flow into your gums to heal the sockets. You can get them out by your dentist, but give it a few days. Because I've noticed that waiting a few days, they either come out on their own or they level off into the socket and everything gets smoother. I had a really bad one over here, and I waited until it smoothed out on its own, and I was glad for that because that one was really painful. There's times where I've taken it out my own with sterile tweezers. Don't really recommend that if you're afraid to. Let your dentist do it. But having your immediate dentures placed on top is painful. Get Benzodent. You can get it at Walmart. You can get it off Amazon. You can get it anywhere. It is a thick paste with numbing agent in it, and you just put it right on your gums. If you do put it on your denture is not 100% even through your whole mouth, so the denture will have it, but most of your mouth where you want it won't be it. And it even says on the box to apply a small amount in the spots, so I put it all through here and here where it hurt the most. Waited 5 minutes, because that's when it's numb, and then put them in. That was a lifesaver. Without Benzodent and without the group I'm in telling me to get Benzodent, I probably would have just taken out my dentures and give it up because the pain was that bad. But Benzodent took that all away. And man, am I grateful for that product. So get Benzodent. It will help you. Right before you do this process, just know that you're going to have hard days. You're going to have good days. But every day gets better. And I promise you on everything, every day gets better. And to expect everything's going to be great afterwards, it's not. You have to heal. You're going to have really bad swelling. So if your dentures don't quite look right, or they look off-centered, or, they're too down more, just know that when the swelling goes down and it all goes up, like I originally thought, that's my top denture. And originally it was down more, and I hated it. The teeth looked long. Ugh. I did not like them. And then I noticed when the swelling went down, it went up more, and it actually looked pretty decent. So these are my temporaries. They are not going to be like my permanents. I'm trying to mimic my old smile. I actually used to have like really prominent canines. So I kind of want to bring back my old smile in a way. But honestly, I would not change a thing. Yeah, you get hard days, I'm not going to lie, but I would never sit back and say, hey, I'd rather have that infection in my mouth than rather have almost sepsis. Life hands you many messed up things. Whether, whatever the problem is that you needed to get dentures, whatever the case may be, it happens. Don't let it consume you. Make it better. There's only one way to do, and that's reach out to people. Like, I try to help people going through the process because it is a hard process. Mentally, it can get to you. And being around positive people, being around people that'll be like, hey, you have a rough day? Just message me. I will make sure that you have a better day because we've all been there. And today might be rough, but tomorrow you might be like, yeah, this is awesome. I can be no pain. My denture is sitting good. I just ate something good that I haven't had in a while. Do the slow cooker for a while because you get your iron and your protein from the meats and stuff. And like I did a pot roast after like 5 days in the slow cooker, and it was so tender, fell apart, almost looked like pulled pork. And it was so tender and it was so good. So the slow cooker was definitely my best friend. And mashed potatoes, gives you the carbs and the potassium, so that's also good for you. You will get through this. That I can promise you. You will find what works for you. You have so much support out there, more than you know. And this is the early stages. So you're like, what is this community about? You know, how do I do the denture thing? Am I alone? You're not alone. You can message me at any given point. I do that for my scleroderma support group. I do it for anyone, even people with depression, migraines. I like to help people. That's what I do. And I've been through a lot in my life that I've had to survive every step of the way in my life, between growing up and to now, and being very independent. And I've always wanted to help people because I know what it's like to go down a hard road. And don't let people judge you. You will never see these people again. If they pass you down the road or somebody makes a comment, ignore it. And what I did notice is that we're more concerned about what we look like than anyone else. Because 1 in 5 people wear dentures, and I didn't know that. Because you don't really look at people's teeth, but now that I have dentures, I'm looking at people's teeth all the time. It's really annoying that I do that. But, I mean, there's some people I'm like, wow, they have perfect teeth. I wonder if they wear dentures. And it's like, you start to wonder, you know, what their process was and how they handled it. And there are veterans in this community that will tell you it's not easy. It's not. Even if it's a year down the road, you have your bad and good days. You do. I mean, just like people with real teeth, they get cavities, they're in pain, they get a tooth pulled, they get their wisdom teeth extracted. No matter what in life, you're going to have something hard and difficult. But you're not alone. Just remember that. And the first week is painful. It really depends if your process is. Now, if you don't get immediates, just please make sure after you eat to swish so gently with salt warm water. You want to get the food out of your sockets. The one thing good about having immediates is when you eat, no food gets in your sockets. And that's what also helped the healing process. Immediate dentures act as a Band-Aid, and not everybody could do that. I was almost not going to be able to get my immediate denture, but somebody helped me, and I was so appreciative of that because I'm very much in the public. I mean, I'm legally blind. I have optic nerve drusen, which I have 200 cysts in my optic nerve, so I have no peripheral vision. So I walk everywhere, and I do everything on my own. So me not having teeth made me insecure, made me start to get depressed. And it does. Not being able to smile and you're constantly covering your mouth and, you know, you feel like you can't be you, but the second you get that smile you've always wanted, it's like this sense of relief, this sense of I made it. And you can smile again and laugh at jokes again without covering your mouth and having confidence. But just remember, in the beginning, it's hard but worth it. It's worth not having cavities anymore and getting infections and getting teeth pulled and going through all this process. It is worth it, and your gums will heal. Like when you get a broken bone. Of course, when you first get it, it's going to hurt. It's going to be a pain. But once, you know, you're healed and you're good, you can go back to being you again. So just hang in there. But the things that are going on in your mouth right now with like film, make sure you salt warm water rinse. I can't stress that enough. Don't use mouthwash for like a week because the alcohol again can dry out your sockets. Do not use a straw. I didn't use a straw for about 3 weeks. I am a smoker. And being a smoker, having immediate dentures, it actually helped because it puts pressure and I didn't get a dry socket, but I was so careful. So careful. Kind of wish I quit smoking during that experience, but I didn't. But I will soon. That will be another video because I'll be doing that soon. My doctor gave me patches to do. When I get a little better and they control my health more, they want me to give it a try. So, and I'm ready to do that. Something I regret in my life. But also, if you are a smoker, and I was told by hygienists before, secretly, and if you actually go online, it does tell you this, that if you don't get immediate dentures, and if you do smoke, if you put gauze in your mouth, don't tug on the cigarette, just slowly inhale and slowly let out, because if you tug on it, you can feel the tightness in your sockets, and you can loosen your blood clot, and you don't want to do that, because dry socket is so painful. It's the worst dental pain you can possibly experience in your life, and it's not good at all. So please make sure you keep your mouth clean. Get a soft bristle brush. That will be awesome and will help you. I didn't use the denture one because it seems really rough, and I was worried about hurting my denture somehow. I mean, it's really hard when you feel it. You'll see what I mean when you get one, if you don't have one already. But I either use a toddler brush or the adult soft small bristle brushes, and I just brush everywhere. I use Fresh and Bright denture toothpaste. It is American Dental Association approved. It's the only denture toothpaste that is. I use that one. That one is awesome. It's not a hardcore minty taste either. It's, when you put in your mouth, it's like a slight freshness is what I like about it. Polydent, I use 3 minute. I do it in the morning because I scrub my dentures at night, then I let them sit in warm water, and then I do the Polydent 3 minute in there. I do leave it in there a little longer than 3 minutes sometimes. Like I hop in the shower, do my thing, then come out and do my denture routine. I think I got stuck in paper towels because I use so many paper towels now. I will be doing a video soon on how to get goo out of your mouth when you have denture paste. That is an annoying process, especially when you're new at it, so you have to find what works for you. But just hang in there. If you have any concerns or just a quick, hey, what's this? Just message me, comment me. If you don't want to comment for other people to see, just find me on Facebook. You can inbox me. I'm always here for any questions. I hope you guys all have an amazing denture day, and I hope you enjoy your beautiful weather. Hopefully it's not too crappy by you guys. Don't forget to smile. Positivity is everything for the mindset, and it has helped me a lot. I've learned that through my long road between autoimmune. I went through severe depression at one point, and positive attitude helped me a great deal. So just remember, tomorrow's a new day, and it will be better. Just to hang in there. You can get through this. This is just the rough patch to your smooth road you're about to go under. Never give up, and not everybody's story is the same. So if somebody else can't eat for a year, doesn't mean that's going to happen to you. And I learned that myself because I thought, man, I wasn't going to eat anymore. It's going to take forever. But it doesn't, because after a month, I can eat basically whatever I want. And I actually just had a Hot Pocket for lunch. And tomorrow will be about 9 weeks since I've had this done. And it went by fast, I gotta tell you that much. I didn't think it would have gone by this fast. But don't give up, hang in there. And what you're going through right now is absolutely normal. And try to find one positive in every day. There's always something to be thankful for and positive for. And if you ever need me, I'm always here. So have a positive, happy denture day. Have a good day, all. Bye.